All right, boom. Ben Parker of CardinalSportsReport.com on Three Rivals here with Stanford safeties coach Kodi Whitfield. So, first of all, just talk about how the safeties look so far during this fall camp period.
Yeah. Fall camp has been great on both sides of the ball. Offense has been testing us, making sure we're dialed in and our guys are really competing. So the safety group as a whole, that was a big emphasis. Come out here, compete, grow, and get better. I feel like we've done that top to bottom. Tremendous growth from guys who have been here before, who are now going into maybe their third or fourth year in the system and all that good stuff. And then even the new guys who've come in, they've really made tremendous leaps and bounds from where they entered and where they are now.
Yeah, and what have your main points of emphasis been with the safety room so far during this period here?
Yep. I feel like always you're talking about effort, guys running to the ball, getting to the ball all the time. But the biggest thing, right, is being dialed in on the rules and our details. And if we can do that at our position, right, you can limit big gains, you can be in the right spot and get everybody lined up.
Yeah, and talk about too, just one guy I've been hearing a lot about is Jay Green. Just talk about what does he bring to your room?
Yeah. He brings like a competitive fire. That guy is really competitive, uber competitive. And he really gets everybody lined up. He's a commander out there on the field for us, and he's really sharp. So it's been good to see him kind of grow into this role and blossom as a safety.
Yeah, and so another guy I want to ask about Mitch Lieber. How's he looking? Another fifth-year guy out there.
Yep, exactly. Guy with a ton of experience and playmaking ability. He's super savvy, super smart. Again, one of those guys who we trust to get everything lined up and get the guys rolling.
Yeah, and then Scotty Edwards, what's he bringing? How's he looking?
Yep, the whole group. Scotty is awesome. Real physical presence, and the guy is just as sharp as the others. That group of three, in terms of leadership, they provide a ton and making sure everybody's following suit.
Yeah, and then just kind of in general terms, how do you feel the secondary unit is looking? Corners, safeties, how do you feel that you guys are kind of working together right now?
Yep. The secondary is gelling, and I feel like as a defense as a whole, we're gelling. We can't do what we do without the front. So Coach Kalaji, he's got the D-line moving. Coach April's got the OLBs moving. Coach Thompson with the ILBs and all that stuff. So really, I'd even say as a whole, it's been good to see the defense come together.
What's it like working with two co-defensive coordinators? Just kind of what's that like? What's that dynamic like with April and Thompson in terms of that? How does that kind of work in?
Yeah, good question. Both sharp dudes, so it's awesome. So you get a ton of insight into the game of football, and I feel like everyone's working well and gelling together, which has been great. But like I said, the biggest thing for us that I benefit from is when you got coaches around you with a ton of experience, it's a lot easier to grow.
Yeah, and just for you, you're an alum here, you played here. What's it like being back here coaching at your alma mater?
Man, surreal. Grateful to be back every day. Obviously being involved in Stanford football with Andrew Luck here at the helm, it has been really special. And so I'm overjoyed to be back and excited for the season.
Yeah, and for you, I understand you played wide receiver initially, and then you switched to safety. Just talk about what was the key to making that transition as a player.
The good thing was there was a guy who had already done it in some sense, in Richard Sherman, going from offense to defense. So, I was a lot more comfortable knowing, hey, if I could do what number 9 did, I might have a good chance of being something. But part of the reason was, and I always like to joke with my friends and everybody who asks, if you ever heard of the guy named Christian McCaffrey, I'd give him the ball more than me.
There we go.
Yep.
Yeah, and you have a very iconic catch against UCLA. Yep. How much does that get brought up to you still?
It does every now and then. People realize I wasn't a DB because I couldn't catch when they see that. So it's funny. We get some good laughs out of it, but I'm more invested in the guys' success here now, and I want to see them make plays that are even better than that one.
Yeah, and what do you most enjoy about being a coach? What do you most enjoy about just that?
Yeah, just the opportunity for impact to young people's lives. Truthfully, football, right? We say it's a teacher of life, all the lessons and things that you can learn. But when you are personally connected to these young men and you have a chance to obviously make them better football players, but all the while trying to make them better men, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, and then specifically coaching safety as a position, what do you most enjoy about that position and the role that you guys play in the defense?
Yep, for sure. Safeties has a ton of responsibility. It's a lot of decision making, it's a lot of vocal communication, leadership, and all that stuff. So even in the grand mission of growing men, I think in safeties, because of what you're tasked to do, right, you can talk about all of it.
And then I know you're not coaching them, but just what have you seen from the wide receiver unit, your old position? Your thoughts on those guys and what those guys are looking like so far.
Those dudes test us every day, and that's why training camp, like I said, has been special. just because it's the old adage, iron sharpens iron, and when you got a receiver group like the one that we have, who make sure your rules are right, make sure you're good in coverage and all that stuff, your eyes are in the right spot, it's been good to work against them.
Yeah, a couple of receivers I want to get your thoughts on because you did play position. Just what are your thoughts on C.J. Williams, and what have you kind of seen from his game?
Yeah. He's awesome. He is freaking physical. The guy can catch anything, and again, top to bottom, I've got nothing but praise for that whole group. CJ, the one you called out, he's a physical presence, and it's been good to watch him work.
Yeah, then same kind of question on Caden High. I've seen him out there, very fast, speedy guy making catches. What have you seen out of his game?
Yeah, the man is tough to cover, tough to cover. So I'm glad we get to see him Monday through Friday, and other teams got to see him on Saturday.
Yeah, and this kind of final question for you, just in general, kind of how excited are you to what's the week 0 game against Hawaii? Just what's it like having a week 0 game as a coach? And obviously you guys get out there before a lot of other teams do.
Yeah.
Just talk about the excitement of that, also starting practice, really all that.
Yep. I mean, I think the focus is still on us. You know, after 4 weeks of training camp, you're just ready to go against somebody else. So be it week 0, be it week 1, be it week whatever. I think at that time, guys are ready to see if all the work that we've been putting in camp has paid off, and just see if we can go out there and execute.
Final question for you, since you are an alum, I asked this other players, but talk about what did you study here at Stanford, and what made you kind of go down that path, and how has that kind of helped shape your life?
Yep, I did engineering, product design, and now I'm a football coach using all of my engineering knowledge.
There we go.
Yep.
Perfect. Well, thanks so much for taking the time, Kodi, and best of luck the rest of this fall camp period.
Yep, appreciate it, Ben. Thanks.